Hi guys, this is the first guy once again. So in this my video, I'll be explaining to you guys what flip zone actually is and why I trade flip zone and why I think you should also consider using flip zone as your strategy, right, to maximize profit. So basically, the flip zone is actually derived from SMC, the smart money concept, right? As the smart money concepts being a strategy is very broad and wide. You have a lot of strategy being derived from it. Like you talk about liquidity, you talk about Wyckoff, you talk about break of structure. So there are traders that trade those things I just mentioned now as a strategy, right? So flip zone is just another type of SMC strategy, right? So what flip zone does for you is it works contrary to other blocks. Now you're trading SMC and you're trading only order block, and you see that your order block fails, then the next thing you do is just to leave the trade and look for another order block to enter. And if you look for another block to enter and that order block also fails, then you start blaming the system that is not working. But somehow that's where flip zone comes in, right? Because you get the trick on how to get these trades. So you won't be trading order block blindly. Instead, when you know that your order block fails, this is what you should do next, right? So without wasting time, let me explain to you guys what flip zone actually is. So as you're seeing at this my sketch here, you can see that um this first sketch that I have here is called the S to D flip. What S to D means, supply to demand flip, which means a supply has to fail before you can decide to buy, which also means when you have a sell setup, once the sell setup fails, you shouldn't be looking for more sell setup. You should be looking to long the market at that point, right? That's if you're trading SMC. So now let's say you have this order block, right? This is your order block, this is your break of structure. Then you mark this zone. This is where you wanted to sell from, right? You can see that the market came to tap in your zone and then started coming down, right? So when the market started coming down, the next thing, it went up back to fail zone. And then the next thing you have to do, instead of you looking for another sell entry, what you just do is what you look for a buy entry. Then you tend to enter the buy. Now, the funniest thing about this flip setup is some people might still want to take their buy because they saw the market pushing down. Maybe the market created kind of change your character around this zone, right? And they want to what? Enter another sell from this zone. But if you're trading flip, you know that once the market does this type of thing, the next thing is to come and activate you here and then start buying up to take the high that it created here, the high that broke this supply, right? So that is as simple as that. So that's how you trade your flip. So same thing goes for the D to S flip. That's the demand to supply flip. You look for a demand, like a good order block demand that has a break of structure. Then you see a reaction. And then once you see this type of reaction, you wait for it to fail before you decide to what? To short the market, right? So the thing is, one thing about this flip zone is it works very well. It works to the extent that you can also use it for swing. But I myself, I don't do swing trade, right? I don't actually swing trade. But if you're the type of trader that swings trade, this is another strategy that you should consider. So I'm just going to show you guys some examples of flip that I've actually worked out. I want to look. Let me start with this guy here because this guy was actually a massive trade that I saw. So this is a flip. Now I'm showing you guys this flip on a 1 minute time frame. As you can see, my time frame here is the 1 minute time frame, right? As you can see, it tap a supply here, right? You can see the supply comes with what is the break of structure. So you can never see me mark a supply that doesn't have a break of structure. It must always have a break of structure. So that's one thing. Have the supply with the break of structure, and then comes down, and then you see this fail. Now it's failed to the extent that it went up more before coming back to activate this particular flip, right? As you can see, and then this went massive. This is up to what? This is a 25-hour trade, right? This is a 25-hour trade. Now let me show you another flip, another buy flip, right? This is another zone again. Same thing, another break of structure here, right? And this is my supply. You can see it came down nicely. And then now, one thing about this flippy, it gave a 2 entry, right? This one and this one below. So this is the one it worked with, and then boom, it went up. This is 11-hour, right? Now, another flip again showed itself up. Now, this type of flip, I call it fractal entry. Why do I call it fractal entry? Is because of the wick. Now, I noticed something about trading wick is it has what probability of working and failing. As you can see at this point, it's actually what failed the wick. But when you're trading flip with the 1 minute time frame, is always advisable. If you check each of these trades that I showed you, that I always use what a breathing space, because if you don't use a breathing space in your trading, you tend to see, you always see this the market taking out your zone first, then coming for your breathing space. That's you giving the market giving your SL breathing space, right? So if you don't give your SL breathing space, you tend to see the market failing your trade straight up if you don't give it the breathing space, and then you just shout like, why my SL, right? And you just see the market going up, and you just start um you just start shouting and all. So you just have to give your market the breathing space. Now, another thing I also advise is when you're trading flip on the 1 minute time frame, the interesting thing about it is you use 2 to 3 pips to do what? To maximize your profit. So if you're the kind of trader that you always look out for 5-hour or you look out for 10-hour, then the 1 minute is best for you to trade with and to get out of the market in time. Because if you use a higher time frame, you know that if you're targeting a 10-hour, maybe your 10-hour might be above, right? You're targeting a 10-hour. This particular trade now that did 11-hour, if you were to use your higher time frame to trade this flip, then you notice that your 11-hour will even be more, to even be up than this, right? So those are the things I just want to explain to you guys about flip zone. Although there are more conference when you trade in flip zone, right? So let me show you AU also. I think I have a flip setup on AU. Let me quickly show you that. Okay, yeah, this is a nice AU setup also for flip, right? Same thing the market did here also. You can see the market gave me what? A break of structure for me to mark this guy as my supply, and then down, then fill, then did whatever it has to do, came back to that zone to activate, right? This is a good swing trade for any swing trader that wants to take this type of trade. This is a good swing trade. And this trade went up to what? 43-hour, guys. This trade went up to 43-hour, right? So flip zone works. And you can see the SL pips is what? 2.4 pips. So this is it about flip zone, guys. And if you really want to know more about this flip zone and other conference surrounding this flip zone, my mentorship is open. You can DM me, and let's go, guys. See you guys in my next video.